Good evening. This is the Fort Valley Boy Podcast. I am your host, Brian Ray Paper Vicks. My guys will be with me in just a minute. And on today's episode, we're going to have our opening shots. Michael's BS list. What the hell wrong with Ravens? Preview week 5 games. And, of course, our college football recap from the past week. James Franklin, you are on the clock. Oh, look who's here. Michael Atwater. And, of course, this part of the show, I'm going to hit the button and say, let's go.
Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Boys, yeah. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We them boys.
And this is the Fort Valley Boy Podcast. I'm Fabian Vicks, one of your hosts and moderator. I got Michael Andre Atwater in the house with me. Michael, what it do?
What it do, man? I'm ready to hear your takes.
All right, let's get started with our opening shots. Get the banner up. A lot of folks are not gonna like what I have to say, but just go. Just go. Oh, I gotta put the clock in there. Hold on a second. Got to change this slot because I didn't know how many people are gonna show up tonight. So whoever shows up, shows up. Better add this real quick. That is not how I'm supposed to go. Let us get here. There. 6, 7. All right. For those that are part of the Fort Valley family, know that I was in a band, and know that I was essentially the drum major, lead sax and consonant, jazz band, all that stuff. And there has been some story about the band being suspended because of hazing. What I can say is, from my experience when I was sexually in a drum major, what I've never done was beat anybody when I was there. I didn't have time for it. My job was to make sure I lead the section to the best of my ability. That is not a part of team building. That is not part of team building for anything with the Fort Valley State football team. Band, excuse me. I do not know the full accusation. There is rumors about somebody recording it and the band director was in view. I know Dr. Thompson, known him for years. I do not think he would have anything to do with any type of hazing. But I do know when folks do haze, is because they were hazed when they were online for something. And they want to get back. Or you have some older fraternities and sororities that have folks come back and want to get their licks in on the neophytes, on the new lines or whatever. I can't speak for fraternities or sororities or the band. I do know from my time at Fort Valley, I never beat on anybody. I never hazed anybody. I didn't have time for it. It made no sense. Because I know, I can speak from experience, I have a child that is at Fort Valley State University that then I want to march. And I don't know if they did march, and they did put their hands on my child, it would be Fabian Vicks State University. The FV will still be FV, it will just stand for Fabian Vicks. My take on what's going on with the band, I get is homecoming. But at the same time, if these allegations are true, the band needs to be fleshed out, need to be suspended. The marching band needs to be suspended for the remainder of the year and need to clean house as far as director and assistant director. I don't think Dr. Thompson was a part of it, but he is the principal. He is the director of music at Fort Valley State University, which means he has to be part of the solution to get rid of him. I can say Detroit Hatton is an assistant band director. I'm going to leave that at that because I do not want to be fired for slander or be sued for slander. We don't know who knows what. We don't know. But we do know there will not be a band at homecoming. We know that for a fact. It was Fabian Vicks' decision. There should not be a marching band for the remainder of the year.
What?
We do not know what is true and what is not. They're not releasing any details. We don't know. This is just Fabian. If you want to clean it up, go ahead and clean it up. Like I said, when I was in the band, I ain't never hit nobody. I ain't never beat nobody to a pulp. I ain't do like the Alphas did in 2011, put somebody in the hospital. Anything like that. I ain't never did anything like that. And I can say that with my whole chest.
Hey, Faye,
But
let me ask you a quick question though. Is this like, and I ain't necessarily calling out Fort Valley, but is this a common theme for band hazing throughout bands? And I'm pretty
for
sure,
what
I
I
mean, I don't know if you know or not, but just why would you haze in the band?
you treat it like crossing over, like I don't know, ritual, like you knew. I don't know. I never understood that part. Y'all remember that story? The guy from FAMU 12 years ago, in 2012, where they were doing the bus. Freshmen would run through the back of the bus and they would hit you, and you try to get through that line. And unfortunately, the dude that died, they were hitting him, but they were holding him up and beating the crap out of him to a point where they beat him to a point where he died. Why they haze? I never got that part. That's not effective team building to me. That's not effective leadership. That's not effective stewardship of a program. That's not effective culture. Now, hazing not just beating somebody. Hazing could be excessive work, excessive exercise. It could be considered a lot of different things. It could be just the kid who didn't want to run laps and got mad because it kept messing up and had to run laps, which is a form of discipline. It could be excessive discipline. It's a fine line between discipline and team building and hazing. What we don't know is what the extent of what the hazing allegations are. We don't know. I know they solicited Fort Valley's police department to help with the investigation. Fort Valley could not get itself out of a wet paper bag. It was already wet and it had a hole at the bottom of it. But that's neither here nor there. I say that there's no conclusive conclusion on this. So the band should not march at homecoming. This is a bad look because they did not march at Tuskegee this past weekend. They're not going to march at homecoming. You can't just open the door and say, okay, you can do homecoming, and then you back suspended. Unless your investigation is finished, they got to stay suspended. Just like when you remember this 2011 with Cam Newton, the NCC, he was suspended before the NCC championship game. So the evidence came back, he's good, and he was able to play in the game. There has not been a conclusive investigation, so they got to stay suspended, which means homecoming is going to be a little light because all you're going to, and the other band is not coming. Central State is not coming. So
Well, I can speak for me and Rachel on this. We wouldn't have probably known the band were there or not. Cause we going to the game number one, and no disrespect to the band, but we going to the game to, either watch the game or we out there tailgating. So, and we don't go to the parade in the mornings,
not
Saturday morning.
go.
So, like for somebody like me, the band being there, or not being there, it won't affect nothing at all. It wouldn't. I'm pretty sure Rachel maybe can say the same thing. I mean, you hear the music, you hear the band and all that, but it won't affect one way or the other for most folks. But what's gonna happen? I
So
will say this: at
let me just ask you this.
halftime of that game, you're gonna find a lot of people gonna leave out at halftime because most people stay to at halftime of a HBCU to watch the band. I mean, a lot of folk probably gonna leave out this year at halftime.
Well, probably remember homecoming. The band don't really do a show. They just do a couple songs and form a block and have the court come out. That's it. They don't do a dance routine, nothing like that. They keep that thing short, maybe 3-4 minutes, and bring the whole homecoming court out. That's it. That's a wrap. Not really a true halftime show.
Hey, I got a question.
Go ahead. We got
What
shot on the show for joining us.
Have you shared it
what's
yet,
going
Faye? I
on?
can share it.
Sure. Yeah, it's shared.
All right.
What is the allegation?
They just said Hayes, and that's all they said. They haven't gave any full details. That's why I said we don't know what it is. We don't know what the extent. We don't know if it was beating. We don't know if it was we don't know if it's excessive labor or whatever. We don't know what it is. I don't even know what it is. They're keeping a hush on this part. So don't know. That's the crazy thing. We don't know what it is. They say it's a video out there. We don't know what's on the video, but this university's taking it serious. So, but like I said, I don't know. I don't want to assume what I think, but if I'm thinking Hayes, and I'm thinking the lines of somebody getting hit, but I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Oh, okay. All right. So it won't be no trick, Danny. We're gonna let the band deal with this. There won't be none of that.
Yeah,
No? Okay.
band with it, whatever it is. I mean, we'll probably hear something, but I got a feeling if the allegations are true, the band director and assistant band director should be gone, and the people that are involved in it should be gone too. Just saying, like I said
So
earlier.
so for halftime show, what they going? Somebody gonna have a playlist next to the mic? What they doing?
Man,
They
come
need to have
on.
Mike. He's being for real. I mean, I remember one year. I think it was 8 years ago. They had Foster Carson down there playing with the band.
Who is that?
No, like remember Carson, Coach Carson,
Oh yeah,
big
Coach
fat
Carson.
coach. That
Yeah.
was accused. His son, the one that DJ for the Atlanta Hawks. Now
Call Peach County Band.
that'll be an option. That'll be your only option. Now, though it ain't any good since Lindsay retired, but
Yeah,
yeah, that's your
call
only
Peak
option.
County, call Southwest Macon, Northeast Macon. A lot of them making
Now,
school, them Bill County school, let them come in there and rock it.
now
What
let me
what
say hold on.
Terminator?
Terminator be an option. Or AJ the DJ. Let me say this about the Bacon bands. Music programs not like Atlanta, dog. Not in Macon.
or it's not?
They pull the reason. You remember Big Willie? He the band director at Southwest High School.
Yeah.
They kids don't want to do band because they want to get a band. They think all band is making beats on Ableton and on Garage Band and stuff like that. That's what they think band is. Band is not that. Band is like you actually got to play an instrument. You just can't play drums. So these kids are not really band wise, have band wisdom like they in Macon. I live in the area. So the only one that will make sense possibly be either Northeast or Central. But it's short notice to get them down there now. You at the deadline. Maybe Southwest, but they got 30 key people in their band total, dog. 30.
Well, then when you got bands that come perform Saturday morning for the parade, they can just stay there, right?
They should. That would make sense. Like, would have the university requested their services? I don't know. But that would make sense. All the high schools that come and visit, that would make sense. Have them play the stands. You got no choice. The other band
I mean,
at Central State ain't coming.
Fort Valley just got to be in the business of problem solving. I don't know when this news dropped, but if it dropped today, then you got to think there's no other bands coming. Like, you got to start getting on the phone. Like, I know Bone Nasty is available. Like, we got to just start looking at our resources, at the options that's in front of us.
Yeah, they dropped last Wednesday. They had a week and a half to plan to figure their part out. I don't know what they're doing. The
I'm
news
sorry,
came out last week.
right? And
Yeah, so
where's
they had a week.
Terminator?
Terminator prioritized.
Okay.
But you're right. Everything you saying is correct. They should have had. If you knew this was happening, the first thing you should think of is we're losing revenue. What can we do to fill in the spot for the band? What can we do? What can we do? Do we need to bring in a DJ? Can we ask some of the high school bands to fill in these spots? What can we do? But I know the alumni band gonna be there. Them folks 50 years old, 40 years old, talking about playing the march. I ain't putting up more in 10 years. I know folk might be watching this and gonna get mad. I put a meme out there that had the band Thanos snapped away. What are y'all gonna do? Do y'all play one time a year? That's alumni band. I'm just saying. Y'all might not like what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say it. Do y'all play every day, or or consistently like some folks might be doing that still do right now, or y'all just come back for homecoming just to play? Because
Well,
that's
you
the reason.
I mean, like, don't calm down. I mean, it ain't about 8 people gonna be mad because you put a band meme up there. Like, let's call this what it is. It's the faded blue marching band. So I don't think they're gonna be mad.
Nah, I think I would care less, to be honest with you, but because they get cussed out too. So they get cussed out, and I give a fuck what how they feel.
Okay.
I care. No, I'm not you. I'm talking about them.
No, I got.
Stay out of that ratio. That real touchy ratio. Stay out of that. Let him
Hey, no, they. No, I'm
let
just saying.
let him vent ratio. Let him vent. Let him get it off his chest.
No, I don't say they idiots. Whoever did this, they stupid. But the problem is though, the old heads like, yeah, we don't say that, but don't act like y'all finna save the band and y'all ain't played all year except today, except for the game.
Well,
that's all I'm saying. Y'all ain't
if
playing
y'all
about
trying to raise
year.
money, if they trying to raise money, then yes, the alumni band should go out there. Just so long as y'all understand, nobody's going out there to see y'all actually perform. They going out there to see y'all catch heat strokes, pull hamstrings, catch Charlie horses, dehydrate, and in some cases, die.
High.
Man,
And
Ratio
drunk.
is the dumbest dude alive, man.
He is
no,
not
man. Did you hear what he
lying.
just said,
Mike,
bro?
I heard exactly what he said. He's not lying.
Bro,
I never came
I
back as
swear
an
to
alumni
God, I
band because
hate
I
that
knew.
dude, man.
I'm gonna tell you what, I never did alumni band because I knew my limitations. Because I'm tired, I'm old, I ain't got time for all that. I ain't gonna come to no practice. I work in the lounge. I drive an hour 10 minutes away. You think I'm gonna stop on practice and get in shape and march for one time? No.
Nah, this just this dude, man. How he said it, man. Like he is by far, man, one of the dumbest people alive. Like I ain't even exaggerating that. Like all the 4.7 billion people on Earth, he got to be at the top. Like seriously, this is one of the dumbest people to ever live, man. Really,
You said
Rachel. I mean,
it like you would be right there on the gate, waiting on the paramedics to start running through the gate. Cause 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50 people done passed out. You saying like you right there. Oh, and another one. Like come on.
Hey, until
That's
he just
real.
said that, I didn't know they even had an alumni band. I've never heard that. I didn't know that. When did they ever perform?
Fred Johnson said, do it for the team, Fat. No. My deadline to sign up passed a couple weeks ago.
Fred, stay out of this, man. Stop, Fred. I'm about to call you after the show, man. Stop it. Damn it, Fred.
Yeah, let's go on the program. I hate the band won't be there. And okay, let's go.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is. So
Wait, hold up. I'm sorry. Hold up. When you say alumni band, does that mean some of these Roseanne Barr, Flagettes, and Majorettes gonna try to go out there and do the same thing?
Oh, man. Fred, tell him to stop, man. Damn. Somebody stop him.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Because they don't went from Golden Girls to Golden Girdles.
Hey, Fabe, I'm not gonna be on that.
Yeah, we're gonna go
Hey, if he gonna be on the air, I'm not gonna be on that, Fabe. I swear I'm not, dude. He said Golden Girls to Golden Girdles.
He just did what the FAMU announcer did against Alabama State.
Hey, I was there. I was there.
You were there, yeah.
Yeah, when he said it, I said, "Oh, he's out of line." Like that was uncalled for. Hey, but them girls, they was getting down now. They was doing their thing. I had never seen the Honeybees. I didn't even know they had a name or nothing. I was impressed.
You heard that? You heard that ratio Saturday for you?
I was in the stand.
That's right.
I was
there. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, when he said it, I said, "Oh no, like that wasn't cool." Yeah, that wasn't cool at all. Like the whole stadium was like, ooh, like, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm glad it was addressed because that was uncalled for. Like, you know how when they do the show, you know, the announcer, you know, they talk about, you know, class dismissed and, you know, the incomparable or, you know, imitate, you know, they say all that stuff, but he was going in early, like, you know, they band not here, they on I-10 looking for this. It was just like, yo, my man, like, chill out, like, you're doing too much. You
Yeah.
know,
One
I don't
time,
know him like that. I know he's supposed to be real, well renowned. I don't know him, you know, but yeah, that left a bad taste in my mouth. I'll tell you that.
yeah, I remember one year I think we were playing Kentucky State or something. I was the announcer one year. I was student director my last year at Fort Valley. I said, y'all going back to the country. I said, go on back to the country because I think it was Tuskegee. I said, going back to the country, and I think Tuskegee president was there too. They got mad. They said, hey, you need to just sit out a week. For what? They would do the same thing done. They made me sit out for a week. That was way tamer. Well, I said
his name Buford, something like that, right? The guy's name is Buford.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were talking about him. The honeybees. That's the young lady of the plus size young ladies. And I'm just changing this subject because I'm not getting in trouble. So next topic.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the NFL report. We're gonna start with Mike's QB tiers, brought to you by 6-7. 6-7. I brought to you by 6-7. Go ahead, Mike.
So, you know, Atwater BS list every year. I come out with it. I do a quarterback ranking, and we're doing a quarterback ranking after week 4. And, bruh, I got Daniel Jones. Well, let me get this list. I got Daniel Jones in the top 5.
It's on the screen.
I didn't know Daniel Jones was balling this year. I did not know Daniel Jones was balling like that this year. But the tiers, I got in the bottom tier, Joe Flacco, which they benched him today. Ratio boy, we ain't gonna talk about him yet. Cam Ward, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields. Baby, ever since I've been doing these quarterback tiers, has Justin Fields been out of tier 4? Has he ever been in tier 3 or tier 2?
No.
Justin Fields, Jake Browning, Spencer Rattler. Another one. I'm not being funny, Ratio. I swear I'm not. Has Bryce Young ever been out of tier 4 when we done the quarterback ranking?
No.
Bryce Young is tier 4, and I got Carson Wentz / JJ McCarthy in the tier 4. Any problem with tier 4, the bottom tier? Like, bro, we got dudes that's been in the bottom tier for a couple of years now, man. Like I said, Rachel, I ain't being funny about the godson, but I don't think he's ever got out of tier 4. I don't think.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah, which on tier 4? You got that one right, 100%.
Tier 3, I got Tua. I got Mariota and Jaden Daniels because, you know, Jaden Daniels went out for a minute. C.J. Stroud ain't been looking too good. I think Ratio or Faye, one of y'all mentioned it about a week ago. Michael Penix had his best game of his career probably last weekend against the Commander. Geno Smith threw 3 picks last week against somebody. He in tier 3. Then you got Brock Purdy and Mac Jones, Bo Nix, Kyler Murray in tier 3.
Yeah, he threw them 3 picks against the Chargers in week 2.
Chargers, that's who that was. Chargers. All right. Now this where it kind of get tricky. Tier 2. Tier 2. I got Trevor Lawrence, that big trail, that Ratio boy. He's having a better year, and Jacksonville having a better year too. Sam Darnold, man, Sam Darnold a year or two ago, he would have been in that tier 4, but he's playing some good football for the Seahawks, man. He in tier 2. Caleb Williams playing better football. Caleb Williams look good. Baker Mayfield. Now this where it get tricky. Now some people ain't gonna agree with this. I got Jalen Hurts, number 12. Even though the Eagles undefeated, I don't know if Jalen Hurts is a top tier quarterback. Last week, this dude was, I want to say he was 15 for 25 for 150 yards. He went 0 for 8 in the second half. He didn't complete not one pass in the second half. Are we supposed to put him in tier 1 because he undefeated? That's what he did last week. So I don't know. I got Aaron Rodgers 11. Now, I got Dak Prescott 10. I got Lamar Jackson 9, tier 2. Now, Dak Prescott, I'm not putting him in no tier 1. Yeah, he lead the league in passing, but hell, they down all the time. It's easy to lead the league in passing when you down. You got to throw it every possession. So I can't put Dak in tier one, even though he leads the league in passing. What we got for tier two? Talk about tier two.
Um, well, I I think it's a topic for great discussion because Lamar has no business being in tier two. You
Yeah,
know,
None
he ain't playing
whatsoever.
good, ratio.
like
10
I know
touchdowns, one interception. 10
Yeah, I saw
touchdowns,
that.
one
10
interception.
touchdowns, one interception. They 1-3 too now.
I,
Is that all his fault? We're
Huh?
talking about quarterback play, not team records, Mike. This is quarterback play, not team records, right?
Okay, so then we need to move some more folks around then.
Yeah.
How,
I
how,
mean,
how we going how we gonna have quarterbacks ranked in the top tiers if they got bad records?
Because they the records, the quarterback play, because Patrick Mahomes, those deserve to be tier one. If we're going by
oh
stats.
yes, he does.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but look up his stats. I think Pat Mahomes got 7 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
7-1, 7-1. Yes, 939 yards. Only averaging 60 yards a attempt. Completion percentage is 10 points lower than Lamar.
Yeah. So then, does Dak Prescott need to be in this tier one?
Dak Prescott only had 6 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions.
He lead the league in passing.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wouldn't put Dak in tier one. I'm definitely putting anybody with 1,000 yards and double-digit touchdown passes in 4 games is automatically in tier one to me. I mean, unless you
Yeah.
got the same amount of interceptions.
Hey, Ratio. Now you the main person that told me about inflated numbers a year ago. We started talking about this was 7, 8 years ago. This might have been longer than that. When we first started talking about Kevin Love and Chris Byers because they played in Minnesota and Toronto. So you told me about them inflated numbers. This is Dak Prescott. This is inflated numbers. You remember having that
Right,
conversation?
right. But now we all just watched him Monday night. That was at his best Monday night. And then Lamar, at the end of the day, when, the more you throw the ball, the more your chances of throwing picks. This man is still one of the leaders in passing yards and has thrown 10 touchdowns and only 1 interception. There's no way you can deny that.
And he leads the league as the quarterback rating at 130. He's 17 points above the next person, which is Jared Goff. But that's neither here nor there.
So who we taking
And,
out of tier
and
one?
You,
Tier
you
one,
taking Daniel Jones? You taking Daniel Jones on the tier one?
man. You better go look at this stuff. You better
I'm
go
looking
look
at
at
this
Daniel
stuff.
Jones, see what he doing.
4 touchdowns, 2 picks, quarterback rating 103, 1,000 yards.
And Ratio just said you got 1,000 yards after 4 games, you in there.
hey, Daniel Jones, people got to look past what Daniel Jones used to be. And I'm one of them, right? If you ask me right now who don't belong in there, Daniel Jones still don't pass the eye test for me, only because it's still Daniel Jones. I'm just waiting on the clock to strike 12, Cinderella.
Yeah, we just
To
went
be
pumpkin watch.
honest with
Pumpkin watch.
but if until the clock strike 12, Daniel Jones. But what he got like? Daniel Jones ain't got but what 4 touchdown passes?
4 touchdown back. He's 2-1 on turnover touchdown to pick ratio.
Yeah,
4
Daniel Jones
touchdowns.
got to come out of there, and it ain't even his fault. It ain't Daniel Jones' fault. Daniel Jones got the best offensive line and arguably the best running back this year through the first 4 games in Taylor. So it ain't his fault. Him and Jared Goff, they're not gonna get the stats that you looking for, especially when you start talking about fantasy football, because they have too many weapons in the run game. You're not gonna see Daniel Jones throw a lot of passes inside the 5. They're gonna get that ball to Leonard, what's the boy name? Taylor, Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor.
Hey, you just saying because he had 1,000 yards after 4 games, he should be in there.
No, you're right. I'm actually contradicting myself because at the end of the day, if you look at the numbers and don't say that's Daniel Jones, I would pick the numbers, but I can't get past the fact that it's Daniel Jones. I'm being real. But you're right. I'm just contradicting myself because
Hey,
it's still
so
Daniel damn Jones.
so basically, if you see Precious out, I'm like, hey, who is that? Hey, she look bad in them jeans. Oh, that's still Precious, huh? That's who that is.
I'm not gonna comment on names, but it's
Oh
Daniel
my,
Jones.
oh my goodness gracious.
I can't get past the Daniel Jones. I'm sorry.
So that's still precious then. That's what you basically saying. He shouldn't be in the tier one because he's still who he is, but we balling. And like
Yeah.
y'all, I'm not doing this on particular, a career. We can't go off career. We got to go on what we see this year. And Daniel Jones balling. They 3-1. He balling.
No, you're right. Hey, listen, you're right. My only argument was somebody would have to come out of there for Lamar.
What you think about Drake May? Drake May need to come out.
I don't know. Drake May would probably be the one to come out, but I don't know his numbers. What are his numbers?
988 yards passing, 109.4 quarterback rating, 7 touchdowns, 2 picks.
Can't come out.
Now you got to stay.
Can't come out. I know Pat ain't coming out because Pat balling. I think Justin. What is Justin numbers?
Justin Fields.
Justin
Hell
Herbert.
no.
Man, you know we ain't talking about no damn Justin Fields.
Talking about Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
7 touchdown, 3 picks, 1,000 yards, 63% completion.
Look like Lamar ass in tier 2. That's what it looked like to me. Give me Jared Goff real quick, because he might be coming out. Give me Jared Goff and Matt Stafford.
Jared Goff, 929 yards, 9 touchdowns, 2 picks, 113 quarterback rating.
Hey.
Matt
Give me
Stafford, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns, 2 picks, 106 quarterback rating.
Hey, yeah, just chill right here for a minute, Lamar.
Yeah, that's tough. 869 yards, 10 touchdowns, 1 pick, 130.5 rating for Lamar. Leads league in quarterback rating, but he's gonna Arizona, he has 10 touchdowns, 10 passing touchdowns. We ain't got the rushing. 10 passing touchdowns. He leads the NFL in touchdown pass, but that's gonna go down anyway. So, yeah, if anybody, I mean, if you look at the top 8 quarterbacks in quarterback rating, almost all of them are what Mike has in his tier 1. Lamar, except for Lamar Jackson, Sam Darnold, Jared Goff, Jordan Love, Josh Allen, Drake May, Stafford, and Daniel Jones. All those are in Mike's tier 1. They're in the top 8 in quarterback rating. Lamar Jackson and Sam Darnold, they're in Mike's tier 2. Then Jalen Hurts is 10th, quarterback rating. Justin Fields is 11th.
Justin Fields is 11 in quarterback rating?
He's 11th quarterback rating, but he only thrown 60 passes and hasn't thrown an interception either.
He hadn't thrown an interception.
He hasn't thrown an interception.
Whoa.
How many touchdowns?
2. But remember, he missed the game against the Bucks with concussion protocol.
Now watch this.
Now
watch this, Fate. Remember, you heard it here first. Watch how he had an unreal game Sunday against the Cowboys.
Everybody is. I had to pick my games. I forgot to pick my games. I got time. I'm picking Georgia to win this week. Yeah. That was our rankings. That was our quarterback tiers brought to you by 6-7. Brought to you by 6-7. Let's start with shot. Here wrong with the Baltimore Ravens. Is it over for them?
Nah, it ain't over for him. But I mean, Derrick Henry right now. I don't know what's going on with him, about him, for him, but Derrick Henry is not playing, or I don't even say not playing. He's not producing like Derrick Henry, and that has a lot to do with a lot. So I'm assuming they'll get back on track, and when they do, then But yeah, it's the Derrick Henry effect, if you ask me.
He had 8 carries for 43 yards. They only gave the ball to him 8 times on Sunday. And Derrick Henry
they were down,
behind, yeah. That's why I was about to say that. But at the same time, though, too, like I told you last year, when the Ravens were down against Buffalo in the third quarter when they got the ball back, they still didn't deviate from their plan. They were down 10. They didn't deviate from their plan. They held Buffalo to 3 points in that second half. Now,
Yeah,
Mark
I don't.
Andrews,
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
Baltimore got a lot of injuries right now too, though. Shot.
yeah,
yeah, they got a lot of them.
Matabiko is out for the rest of the year.
Yeah, they
He,
got a
he,
lot of injuries, man. They got a lot of injuries. They certainly
just go
do.
ahead,
So
just go ahead and punt on the year, dog. Just go ahead and punt on the year. I mean, because you don't. Lamar gonna be extension eligible next year. Probably like a 3-year deal going to his contract. Um, if I can give me some capital, Derrick Henry, Marlon Humphrey, what you want to give up for him?
No, I ain't tanking. I ain't ready to throw it in yet. No, we ain't doing all
You
that.
got Cooper Rush, they backup quarterback, dog.
No, I ain't ready to throw it in.
Cooper Rush, they
Why?
backup quarterback.
NBC basketball coming on
NBC
Peacock
and
this year?
Prime, Peacock,
Hey,
NBC, and
Prime.
Amazon Prime.
Oh
You
wow,
you you you,
I,
you avoided the question. Cooper Rush is their backup quarterback.
that ain't no problem.
yeah, but and I'm not even a Ravens fan like that. I'm a Lamar fan for sure. But you got to know. And again, it could be the same thing. We all like, just like we don't want to accept the fact that Daniel Jones is a top 5 quarterback right now. People don't want to accept the fact that Baltimore might be on the verge of missing the playoffs, and I'm one of them, because if they get in the playoffs, they can beat anybody, and this ain't no hope they beat somebody. You don't want to deal with a healthy Lamar or a relatively healthy when you're talking about after 17 games. You still don't want to see Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers. You don't want to see them guys in the playoffs. You still don't, no matter who you are. So, yeah, this ain't like the Dolphins. Like, nobody believes when if the Dolphins ever make the playoffs, that they're gonna win the game. But that they got a guy behind center that can take over the game on any given moment, at any given moment. So you go for that.
Yeah, just if Cooper Rush can get them to 3-5, if Lamar's out for 4 weeks, I need him to go 2-2. So I need the 3-5 is realistic and going to a bye. If he can get them to 3-5, and Lamar's out for 4 weeks, because a hamstring, y'all know hamstrings are tricky. Hamstring is a soft tissue injury, so I'll say let them sit as long as you possibly can. And if Baltimore said 1-6, 1-7, I wouldn't even rush Lamar back. I wouldn't rush him back.
Well, letting them sit as long as you can is letting them sit till next week, because their ass is 1-3. They ain't got that kind of time now.
No,
No, they don't.
I agree. I'm just saying if Cooper Rush can't get them to 3-5, a manageable record where they can fight for a playoff spot, because right now Pittsburgh, even though their offense don't look all that great, and their defense damn sure don't look great, they're running away with the division. They're running away with it at 3-1.
Yeah,
I don't know about runaway fade. Only 2 games. We can get them 2 games.
especially when you got 12 more to go.
Yeah. They ain't run away yet. Start talking about runaway like we getting week 10 and 11, and they up 3 or 4 games. Yeah, maybe. But now they still
The
got
way
time.
the reason why I say run away, look at the quarterback: Jake Browning, Dylan Gabriel, Cooper Rush,
Yeah, you're right. Running away with it.
running away
How
with
long
it.
Lamar out?
We don't know. That's why I say hamstring is at least 3 weeks, dog. It's 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah, but you don't know if he pulled it or he tweaked it. Like, he could have got that little tingly feeling that made him say, "Oh, whoa, 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 this is a
Yeah,
problem."
yeah.
I don't think he complete. I don't know, but I'm gonna give you your flowers. Like, you're right. They about to run away with this division, because the people that you just named did not sound like NFL quarterbacks.
No.
They
The
sounded
only
like
way,
Girl Scout cookies.
yeah. The only way I can see anybody making any noise if the Bengals make a trade for Kirk Cousins, or dare I say Russell Wilson. The only reason
No,
I say Russell Wilson, now hear me out on this. Now, if you got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and you got Russell Wilson throwing the deep ball, that might be the only thing he can throw.
no,
Kirk
I don't.
Cousins, I'm just. The Bengals, they only
That's
1 game back, but they ain't got a quarterback though. So
Yeah, but don't do that. The future stepdaddy. Little future stepdaddy.
Huh.
Don't do that. It's over. It's over for little future stepdaddy. It's over. And you know I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Russ. You know I'm a fan of his wife. I'm a fan of his stepson. But I ain't a fan of him throwing the football no more. Ever. Ever.
Hey, bro, fourth down in the game against the Chiefs about 2 weeks ago, he threw 4 straight incomplete passes in the red zone. He on fourth down, he threw the ball through the
In the end
goalpost
zone. Do the logos,
on
yeah.
fourth down. I said, "Yeah, man, it's time to go."
He should have been
Yeah,
starting
like
to begin to say, bro, with you.
yeah, but like the decline, the fall off was like he fell off like a running back dude. You know, like almost like Derrick Henry look now. Like when one minute you like you're pretty decent, and then after that it's like yo you trash. And remember we was in denial for 2 of them years when you was really like butt cheeks, and we was like nah, you know Russ, you know they ain't treating him right and this and that, and like nah Russ you bad.
We
Now,
bashed, we bashed. What's the name? What's the coach? Pete Carroll. Oh, it's a black
Yeah,
thing. No, Pete Carroll knew. Pete Carroll knew.
no, and the other one that's in New Orleans now, what's his name?
Oh yeah, Sean Payton.
Sean Payton. Yeah, they blasted Sean Payton. Sean Payton was cussing and fussing at him, and you right, we was all jumping on who the hell is Sean Payton, blah 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 blah. Sean Payton was trying to tell you, hey man, the dude is butt cheeks. Like for real. At this point, just call Lil Future to play.
now we go real quick. Can we go back to Denver when Sean Payton took over? Russ threw for 3,000 yards, 26 touchdowns, 8 picks. With the Steelers last year, he did miss the first 6 games, 16 touchdowns, 5 picks, but didn't look. You know what I'm saying? Just think like what Entertainer said. Just quite didn't look right.
No, they quite didn't go.
It quite didn't go. The curl just didn't quite.
No,
But
didn't go.
but Pittsburgh and the Giants, their offensive lines were trash. Those 2 years they were trash. The last 2 years offensive line. But at the same time, Seattle. You go back to Seattle when he missed 3 games because of a thumb injury. 25 touchdowns, 6 picks. The year before that, 40 touchdowns, 13 picks. The year before that, 31 touchdowns, 5 picks. The year before that, 35 touchdowns, 7 picks. The year before that, 34 touchdowns, 11 picks. 21-11, and 20, 34 and 8, 20 and 7. When they let Russ, to be honest with you, when they let Russ cook after they lost the year they lost that Super Bowl, they only won one playoff game. So let's see there though. Anyway, that's our NFL report brought to you by Arizona Tea. Get diabetes in 99 seconds for Arizona Tea with its 99 cents. Let's go ahead and recap this this college football this past weekend.
So my question to Atwater earlier this week was, and then again, it's a long season. Now you could lose one game and still get to the playoffs. So we're not even talking about that, and they can still win the SEC. But my question was this Georgia's best chance to beat a Alabama team? Not that they can't beat them, but was this their best chance of beating them?
We
And he
thought
said,
that. So
mm-hmm,
we thought that a couple years ago when Alabama struggled against Auburn and Alabama beat Auburn on a 4th and 20 touchdown. Georgia going to the SEC championship undefeated against Alabama, lose the game. We thought we had Alabama on the ropes. The year we were #1 in the country, the year we won the national championship the first time. And Bryce Young and Alabama came in there and beat the mess out of Georgia. We thought we would have had them this year because they beat Florida State. I'm a Georgia fan. I'm 100% on board with Kirby Smart. But Kirby Smart has now got to start getting criticism, kind of like Ryan Day does against Michigan. Ryan Day ain't beat Michigan in about 4 years. Kirby ain't beat Alabama with that national championship, what, 2021? And I always say this, bro, Jameson Williams and John Mechie are not hurt. Alabama might would have won it that year. And I'm
Not a
glad we
Mike. They
won it.
will win it.
I'm glad we won it. But at the same time, bro, he just can't get over the hump with Alabama. He can't beat Alabama. We thought it was going to be a Nick Saban issue. It's not a Nick Saban issue. It's an Alabama issue. He got out coached. And Georgia made some mistakes in the game that hurt him. Now, let me just defend Kirby real quick on something that people been bashing him about. Let me set the stage for you. It's 24-21 fourth quarter. Georgia is driving. They ran a quarterback keeper with Gunnar Stockton on like 3rd and 5. He got 4 yards. So Georgia gets to the line on 4th and 1 at about the 9-yard line, and they run and play to Cash Jones. So people been bashing Kirby, but why you didn't kick the field goal and why is Cash Jones in the game? Number one, they do something in football called sequence, where you call them 2 plays at the same time. So Georgia had gotten away with this against Tennessee in other games where they've done that. It just didn't work that game. It don't matter who the running back in the game is, they didn't convert. But he just can't get over the hump with them, man. And then, Taylor, the true freshman receiver, drops a touchdown pass. Nate Frazier, a fumble. Those are the differences in the game right there. Those are the differences.
Alabama with 13-19 on
Right.
3rd down. They control the clock.
Touchdown. I just feel like, to me, it looks like the same game from last year. Like, didn't Alabama win last year?
They did.
It looks like the same game. Alabama jumps out and then holds on. And it's like if there was another quarter of football, Georgia wins that game, in my opinion. But I feel like that was the same thing from last year. If it was another quarter of football, I feel like Georgia wins that game last year. Alabama jumped out, but Alabama jumped out, but Georgia is resilient. Like, they're not going nowhere. But it's just they're consistently letting Alabama start fast, and that's a little bit concerning. I actually feel like I thought Alabama was going to win the game, and then I realized no, Georgia's at home, so I gave Georgia the edge because they was at home. But I'm more impressed. I'm more impressed with Kellen DeBoer as a coach, because the mistakes that they made against Florida State, I didn't think that you could correct those that fast. He did.
I told y'all that last week on the show. I said
Yeah.
this ain't gonna be the same team that plays Florida State. It's not.
Yeah.
Not the same squad. And let's just be perfectly honest, talent wise, Fave, it's only about 3 teams talent wise that can play with Georgia. That's gonna be Ohio State. It's gonna be Alabama. It's gonna be Texas and maybe Oregon. That's about
Well,
it.
that's not true. Tennessee should have beat y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a road game. It was the first game on the road for Gunnar Stockton. I don't think talent wise Tennessee can even though they play good. Now Ole Miss is gonna be a problem for Georgia too. I think Ole Miss may be a problem, but Georgia's young, man, and I ain't making no excuse for them. Georgia got a bunch of freshmen and sophomores out there playing. They got a bunch of first year starters out there. So I mean, no excuse when you a program like Georgia because you recruit well. But Georgia, out of their 85-man roster, they got 50 to 60 players that are freshmen and sophomores right now.
Okay.
So, and I remember Ray Show back in the day used to say, hey, you need them upperclassmen to win ball game. Georgia don't have a lot of upperclassmen. Like Georgia has 2 freshmen offensive linemen. True freshmen now. These dudes just got on campus in January. 2 true freshman offensive linemen on the right side start.
Well, and I'm glad you said that, because I've always said, and I can't remember what announcer or whoever told me this, but they said for every true freshman you have starting, that's a loss. That's at least one loss.
I noticed that as I was watching the game, and those two freshmen were playing really good. So I'm not taking nothing away from them. But on that 4th and 1 play, they let my man go in, but he split him. He split him and actually, made the tackle that saved the game. Now again, I'm not getting on them because they true freshmen, but I always think about that comment somebody told me: for every true freshman you have starting, that's a loss during your season. So if you got 3 of them starting, expect 3 losses. So let's see how that.
What are you saying to the freshman receiver that dropped that wide open touchdown pass? What are you saying to him?
Well, I don't think he's starting, but he's a freshman. Hell, what, you ain't got to say nothing to him. The All-American wide receiver across the field dropped the easy one. So you don't say nothing to that. It happened to the best, and one of the best was across the field. Because if he catch that ball, I don't think it made a difference. I think they end up scoring anyway or kick the field goal or something like that. I don't remember what happened.
Yeah, they end up scoring.
They end up scoring a touchdown anyway, right? So that ain't really hurt nothing. It didn't hurt nothing at all. It ain't like you could say, oh, if he catch that, it's a different ball game. No, Alabama scored a touchdown, so that's null and void. But now, my man drop was a little bit more impactful because I think they could have went up or tied it or something like that early.
Yeah, Georgia would have went up.
Yeah, they'd have went up. So
Yep.
you can't drop them. You can't miss them. You can't miss them opportunities.
Ryan Williams stats: he's caught 15 catches, 240 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns, and he missed the game. But he has so many drops. He has 12 drops since the start of last season. So, my man, 14 drops. Yeah, the 2 drops he had on Saturday. 14 drops. We spent 7 minutes on Georgia. I'm not planning on spending 7 minutes on him. But let's go ahead and talk about Mr. Franklin, Mike.
They don't need to be fired.
4-21 against ranked teams.
Who we getting to bring him in? Anytime you start talking about firing coach, who you got? Who coming to get him?
John Gruden.
You
think John Gruden gonna come back to college and coach? That what you think?
No, maybe Nick Saban.
All right, next topic, man.
So I'll be like what's the boy name? Lou Williams. I'll be like Lou Williams when Pat Bev and them was talking about Kevin Durant. So yes, there is some concern with Franklin because obviously him and Oregon, they got the same amount of talent. They Penn State got talent too now. They're one of the top 5 teams when it just comes to talent, pure talent from recruiting rankings. But you also had 102,000 people that was screaming against the other team. You got to be able to channel that and win those type of games at home. Like even this Miami-Florida State game that's coming up, and see how I segue to that. I didn't really care about them. I don't really care about them beating Florida State. Yeah, I want them to, absolutely, and I think they will. But to me, the better game to win was against Florida because you got to take care of home. You got to take care of home. Even with the post, they give you leeway when you lose on the road than when you lose at home. No matter whether it's by a field goal or what, you're not supposed to lose at home. So James Franklin, you lost in front of 102,000 people that was behind you. That's you are on the hot seat. I'm not saying fire him, but you definitely on the hot seat. They definitely looking for a replacement, if you ask me.
Yeah, that Miami-Florida game that's in Tallahassee. That's gonna be a hot ticket. Tickets are low at $315 right now. StubHub is your place to get your tickets for the big game this weekend. Check out StubHub.com. Oh, you like it? You like the way I threw that in there, Mike?
That's pretty cool, though. I like that.
That's pretty cool, right?
I was telling my dad the other day, he was arguing with me about this, and I told him, man, for me, growing up, it wasn't the Georgia-Florida game. It wasn't Alabama-Auburn. It really wasn't Ohio State-Michigan. The Miami-Florida State game in the 90s, that was the biggest college football game for us back then.
Every year. Yep.
Because it had so many stars, man. Man, I still remember a game when Miami and I think Santana Moss, they went into Florida State. No, They were playing in Miami, and he said big time players make
Made
big
big time
time
plays.
plays or something like that. And that was the year Florida State. That was the wait a minute. The next year, I think that's when Miami won a national championship. But them games right there, the game, the wide left, the wide right, man, the Miami Florida State games was the game growing up because they were always 1 or 2 in the country or 2 and 3 or something like that. This game to me is bigger for Miami than it is for Florida State. And the reason why I say this game bigger for Miami, every year, Fade, Miami, they say they here. We put them on this pedestal. They doing this and doing that, and they let us down, not winning the ACC or not going to the playoff. This game is bigger. It's a national stage. Florida State ain't nobody predicting Florida State to win the game pretty much because they got beat last week in Virginia and because they went 2-10 last year. There's more pressure on Miami than it is in Florida State, Fade.
Well, I agree. Well, actually, no. I was about to say I agree and I disagree, but you're right. I do agree. But you've been saying the same thing. Everybody they keep saying Miami's back. I won't say they back until they either get to a national title game or at least get to a semifinal game. But I'll say this team this year, and it's so crazy, man. Looking at this team, I go back to Syracuse and Atwater. Man, you had this conversation a while ago where you like one player 1 year off. You know what I'm saying? Like if Cam Ward was playing right this year, oh my God, this team would be they'd probably be ranked number 1. But the team right now, as it is constructed, my hot take for this game is Carson Beck will throw for over 300 yards in this game. The reason why I say that is because Florida State has to know, based on what Virginia did to them, Virginia ran for over 200 yards on them, and that offensive line is nowhere near the offensive line that Miami has. If they don't put 8 in the box, it's going to be a real Catholic confession out there at Penn State University. So they gonna have to put 8 in the box. Carson Beck gonna be able to maybe channel some of that Georgia 2023 Beck if Miami gonna win the game. Carson Beck gonna have to do for 300 because there's no way Florida State gonna not go 8 in the box and let Miami just pound the ball. That's the way I see it.
That's going to be the most compelling game this weekend. Also, on Vanderbilt and Alabama, I think Alabama's going to upset Washington this weekend. I just really do. Because the way they got drilled last year by Vanderbilt, Padilla is looking good this year. But
man, ain't no way in the world Vanderbilt gonna go in there and beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa. No way.
I don't know, dog. Okay, I might have to investigate my picks on that one. But that's gonna be the most compelling game. I want Fowler and Herbstreit gonna be on that game for Florida State Miami.
I think they're gonna be at Vanderbilt and Alabama because I think game day is at Alabama this week.
Game day is at Alabama, but they said Herbstreit was going to be at Florida State. But I'm with you, Fade. Don't be surprised if Vanderbilt play this game tough. And I say that because, like Alabama just went to war. Like they just bumped heads with some and one thing Atwater did say was relatively true. It ain't but about 7-8 teams in the country, talent-wise, that are really like Titans, gladiators. And that is the Ohio State, Georgia, Alabama, probably Oregon, Penn State, Michigan. That's about it. I want to say Miami, but I think they're kind of young at the receiver spot. But if you're talking O-line, D-line, linebackers, then yeah, and definitely secondary, Miami too. So I say that because, man, you don't just recover from that type of game in a couple of days. Them dudes is sore on both sides of the ball. They sore.
Yeah, I heard something the other night, Ray Show. They said it was 25 NFL scouts to that game the other night.
25.
Yep.
For Alabama, Georgia?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, why?
All them dudes is young, like you said. It's a bunch of young dudes out there playing. Like
Ellis Robinson, you know, the two right offensive linemen, like, and you would know better than me. Who from Georgia right now are first round?
I don't know no first round Georgia got right now. Honestly, I ain't even being funny. Nobody.
Okay. And so who from Alabama? Now I know Alabama got the guard Proctor. They got the D lineman, the D end guy, and I think the linebacker. I can't think of nobody else.
Maybe Jam Miller, maybe, but he's not a first round prospect. But
Ty Simpson, this is third year, right?
no, he has third year. Yep.
This is third year. Right. This only Ryan Williams' second year. So you know, I don't know why they was out there. You know,
that's what I heard the other night. 25 NFL scout.
I mean, and I'm not trying to plug Miami, but Miami has more seniors on their team that are draft eligible. I just don't know the guys from Alabama right now. I don't even know the guys in the secondary right now for Alabama that are draft eligible. I know that Penn State Oregon game had a lot of NFL guys in it. 25. Ooh.
Yeah, Prince Butler, Damani Jackson, Deshaun Jones. Those three are draft eligible.
Oh, Damani Jackson, that's the DB from California, right?
Yeah.
San Diego.
Yeah. He from San Diego. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He look like MC Ren's son.
Yeah, that's him.
You got a couple other juniors. I don't think they get a lot of burn. They got some big corners. 6 foot, 6'2", 6'1". Got a corner 6'4".
Yeah, can't turn his hips to save his life.
Nope.
Hey, before we go, man, I'm gonna tell you another intriguing game. What y'all think? Y'all think Archman in Texas gonna go in there and beat the hell out of Florida or what?
Yeah. You know what, man? Hey, y'all say what they want, man. Cam Newton probably has the best, in my opinion, the best show. And I don't even watch him. I catch some of the short stuff. But first thing, if Cam say something, it goes viral. Like ESPN was real smart to hire him or put him on contract. Whatever they did, Fabe, you would probably know more about that. Because all Cam Newton didn't even say Jalen Hurts wasn't a top 10 quarterback. He just left him out the top 10 and went viral. I'm talking about him and Ryan Clark got into it, and he pretty much shut that down when he said we are not the same. And now they buddies, and they should be, because they just talking. Now they buddies on ESPN. But I say that because Cam make really, really valid points. Like Atwater, we was, and when he was doing his BSQB list, it's tough to figure out where you want to put Jalen Hurts, because he's a winner. And when they was down and he had to throw the ball, excuse me, he passed the ball well and brought him back for a victory. But you can't look at them numbers and call him a top 10 quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And then when you look at I lost the train of thought that I was going to. But when you look at where we are in college football, and you look at he made a comment about Arch Manning, like, bro, is he generational? Is Arch Manning generational?
He's general.
Right. He's general admission. He's general admission. And even Ryan Clark made a profound statement. Ryan Clark said, you don't be a generational quarterback or generational player and have a 500 record in high school.
Oh,
that doesn't happen.
That's what Arch Manning had?
Yeah, like he didn't take his team and do no super duper stuff. Now, as I just said, that I did realize that the Lamar Jackson team was, they didn't do a lot of winning either. Central beat them, but he played against other NFL players. Like, I don't know who Arch Manning played against. I know Isidore Newman is not a powerhouse school in New Orleans. It's a small school, so you wasn't beat like Lamar didn't win a championship because he had to go see Dalvin Cook, a loaded Central team. Arch Manning his team don't play other NFL guys. You know what I'm saying? That's the point I'm making. Like, Central team that beat Lamar, got like 3 or 4 of them dudes that end up playing in the NFL.
Damn.
Yeah. You know, so that's different for Lamar, and he still stood out. You know, yeah, I got to look up the guys on that team, but it was 3 or 4 of those dudes on that team played in the NFL. So that's saying a lot.
I think I like Florida for the upset this weekend.
Child, please.
Yeah, go. You gonna keep on liking. Shoot.
Boy. No. Don't talk it. Put that on. You know, put that on and send your picks in with Florida. Don't just talk about it.
Be about
Florida,
it.
send your pick in with Florida and put your money on DJ layaway.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the quarterbacks in the game. Either one of them.
I just want you to put your pick where your mouth is. Pick Florida.
Yeah, I was just playing.
I know. Okay, there you go. There you go. All right, gentlemen, it's been real, man.
All right, we'll holler at y'all next week. Y'all be out safe out there at homecoming, y'all.
Hey, happy homecoming, fellas. Y'all, hey, whoa, I'm sorry. Happy homecoming. Be safe. You know, enjoy yourself. But please think responsibly. And when I say that, I'm talking about what you put on. Hey, Fort Valley State sisters, just remember them halter tops and them Daisy Dukes. It's for the people that still got Dukes.
I'm out,
as Osel would say, you're not the girl you used to be.
I'm out, Fat. I'm out, dude.
Y'all be good.
We gone.